You're watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin, and I learned a new term today. I'm going to see if y'all know what this term is. Silver Tsunami. You know what this is? So we're in it. I think it's us, you and me, Jason. This is by the end, the Silver Tsunami should hit by 2035. This is the year that the U.S. Census Bureau projects the population of older adults will be greater than the number of children in the country. Okay, Silver Tsunami is upon us, and we have our next guest here to talk about this with us and how he's helping this cause. He is the CEO of New Wave Home Care, which is a senior home care provider. His name is Sam Gopinathan. Welcome to America Trends.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Well, my pleasure to have you. And, thank you so much for coming onto the show and talking to us about this. I did just learn of this term, Silver Tsunami. And it's interesting. I'm in this place where my mom is in her early 90s. So, elderly care is definitely on my mind. And so I am excited to talk to you about this. So you are a former 500 executive that now ended up, this is your passion, elderly care, home health care. Talk to me about how you made the transition and got into this industry.
Sorry, this has been, life happens. I was working as vice president for an organization, and the last recession in 2009, I lost my job to that recession, and it was really hard to find another job. I'm at a place where I couldn't find another job, start from the bottom of the ladder again, or start something on my own. And I decided that this was the way to go. And fortunately, I was able to zoom in on elder care as the business that I want to go in, primarily because my personal values and my business values were going together in the same direction with my choice of getting into home care. That was in 2010 when we started, and I haven't looked back since then. I have been extremely blessed, extremely fortunate that I chose to be in this business, and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
So now, is New Wave for seniors only, or is it for other populations that might need home health care?
Primarily for the elderly population, but there are occasions where we are taking care of clients with special needs. Recently, we even are taking care of a 2-month-old baby. So it is based on what the client needs, but 99% of our clients are elderly population.
And can you talk to me about, where are you located? Can people all over the country access your care and your guidance, or are you specifically in certain regions?
Right now, we are only in Los Angeles, LA County, most part of LA County. We are covering a little bit of the Ventura County and Orange County also, but primarily Los Angeles.
And what areas of assistance do you provide to your clients?
As people age, their needs are changing. They will need help with what we call as the activities of daily living. It can be helping an elderly person to take a shower, meal preparation, take them to doctor's appointment. Those, we call it as the basic needs. And the advanced level of care is when the client is fully dependent on our caregivers. For example, if we have a client who is paralyzed after stroke, they can't even move without the assistance of the caregivers. Or another example is someone who is diagnosed with some form of dementia. Physically, they may look okay, but they cannot be left alone without care and attention. So the level of care depends on the client's need. It can start from very basic, 4 hours a day, a few times a week, to all the way to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, wow. So you do provide 24/7 care if needed.
Absolutely, yes.
And, what are some of the challenges that the system is encountering right now? I mean, one might be financial assistance, because I'm assuming it probably costs a pretty penny to have, 24/7 care.
I'm glad you asked that question. Yes, it is expensive for a variety of reasons. And the best way to I mean, address that situation is I highly recommend everyone to have a long-term care insurance. We don't sell insurance, but we help those clients who have taken the decision to have a long-term care insurance. It helps to pay for it, at least a good part of what the overall expense is. Sometimes you get 100% of the expenses, sometimes 70%. Whatever the level of reimbursement you're going to get from long-term care insurance, that is actually worth the investment that you can do for yourself. Most clients do not have a long-term care insurance. Only a small percentage of people have chosen long-term care insurance. So it is important to spread the message of how vital it is for everyone to have an opportunity to own a long-term care insurance policy.
Now, how would somebody, maybe somebody my age that has an elderly parent that is kind of trying to decide, gosh, do I need to call somebody in to get help? What are the ways in which somebody would know that it's time to call in and get assistance?
Right now, we can call ourselves as a sandwich generation because we are taking care of our own children, we are taking care of our own parents. And when we get to the point where we are running from one responsibility to another, we are having very little time devoted to ourselves because we are the connection between the elderly parents and our younger generation. So we need to take care of ourselves first. And the moment you realize that you are being overwhelmed in the process, that's the best time to start thinking, do I need help? Do I need help taking care of my parents? Can I bring in some professionals? And there are plenty of professionals that you can talk to. Like you can talk to home care agencies like ours. You can talk to care managers. Or if you have other trusted advisors in your family, like your CPA, you can talk to them. Your financial advisors. If you have a fiduciary for your family, you can talk to the fiduciary. So any one of these professionals, if you care to talk to them as to, listen, I think I need some help. What do you suggest? And that's the best step you can take at that point.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sam Gopinathan, CEO of New Wave Home Care. I love what you are doing to help families out there, and you can be found at newwavehomecare.com. Thank you so much for chatting with us, and everyone at home, stick around. We've got more America Trends right after this quick break, and you can find us on social media at America Trends TV on Facebook, Instagram, and X.
I was growing up, never really had any dental problems, and my family did. But then my dad turned out to have periodontitis, and this was way back in probably the 1970s. And he had the traditional gum surgery, and this is my dad who'd never been sick, never gone to the hospital, never complained about anything. I think that week was the worst week of his life after the surgery, right? It was, and I went, oh my God, and after that day, I started flossing every night because, it scared the bejesus out of me, right? And so when I found out about BioLase and laser dentistry and the fact that you can have a non-invasive, certainly less invasive way of surgery that the patients don't have to go through that, I said, oh my God, how come I didn't know about this before now, right?